Well, hello, welcome to Evretou Dam here in Cyprus. Now, today I'm on my second ever freshwater fishing session. I went out 2 days ago and I was at Evretou Dam. Now, Evretou is about 10 miles from Evretou. I actually thought it was a bit closer, but I think it's about 10 miles. It's massive, it really is massive. It's the second biggest dam in Cyprus. It's the biggest in Paphos. But yeah, it's really, really big. Now, walking along the banks here, there's loads of fishermen out today. It's a Saturday morning, it's about 10:30 in the morning, and there's fishermen everywhere. No one seems to be fishing for bass, they're all fishing with floats and baits. So I'm guessing for carp or catfish, or I really couldn't tell you, to be honest. But they're all over the banks there, right in the distance, and we got some guys right on the other side of the bank here as well. This side of the bank is relatively quiet. The reason why I've come to this bit is because it's fairly flat, so it's easy to fish along. There's another side right over there, which I think by looking at Google Maps, it probably looks a bit better for bass, but I don't know what the access is like. So I've come to this side and we're going to try our luck here. Now, yeah, what can I say? It's a massive area to cover, a really big area to cover. Without any local knowledge, knowing where to go, where bass hang out and feed. It's really just, you know, I'm out here just trying my best basically. So I'm really hoping to see a fish. I managed one bass on my last trip, which I was really, really happy about. So if I can catch one more today, that'll do me. I'm going to be sticking with a drop shot rig, the same rig I was using in the last video. I'll give you a little show of it in a second. Two reasons for that. One is because it's what I caught on the other day, so I know it works, and two is I want to fish the deeper water, really. We've got a bit of sun out today. It's not baking hot, it's about 15 degrees, but yeah, the fish might be that little bit deeper, seeing as though it's quite bright. That's just my theory behind it. Whether that's right or wrong, I really don't know. But yeah, I've just set my rod up. I'm just going to have a quick cup of coffee, take in my bearings, have a little look around, and we'll get fishing. Right, so this is the rig I'm using. Now, this is just a drop shot rig, so I've got a swivel attached to my main line, just under a foot, or it goes just under a foot to the hook. This is a 4/0 circle hook attached by a Palomar knot, and on there, as you can see, I've just got a nice little 3-4 inch dark soft plastic, and then I've got probably another 2.5 foot, which goes down to the weight, which I'm about to put on now. This is a 1 ounce weight I'm using. So I've just got a little swivel clip there to make it easy to get on and off. So down to the weight, and then I'm just going to literally cast this out. This is going to sink all the way to the bottom. When you feel it hit the bottom, just bounce it about, and that lure is going to be working nicely in the water. Now, I apologise if I sound a little bunged up. I've got a bit of a blocked nose. And yeah, where do you start in a place like this? Such a big area to cover. So seeing as I'm down this side, I may as well have a few flicks here, and I'm just going to work my way about. So I'll stick the other camera on as well after. Try and get a nice bit of some nice footage. But let's see how deep that is. Oh, it's quite deep. It's good to know. There we go, that's just hit the bottom now. So literally, just bounce it up and down. I have no idea how rough it is down there. Really hoping not to get snagged up. I don't have too much gear with me, but you do want to be right at the bottom. It's really, really still at the moment. It's absolutely beautiful. There is a bit of wind, and the wind is meant to pick up a bit later. But at the moment, it's glorious. Well, we got one of the guys over there who's given up. He's off. It's just his mate left. There's about 3 or 4 other guys over there, and another 3 or 4 down the far side there as well. They look like they're here for the day. They're camped out in their tents. But as I said, they're all bait fishing. And if I do see any other bass anglers, I might see if they want to share a little info, but you never know, the locals might be quite secretive about certain things. I've been fishing this area for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. Having absolutely no luck at all, so I think I'm gonna move along to a different bit and we'll give it a go there. So I'm off for a wander. I've just climbed over this big path here. What the hell is that in there? Big bird or something. And I've realised you can get down here. And this looks fairly promising, so I'm going to go fish off these grass banks here. I really wish I had some decent lures with me. I also really wish I had some top water lures. The only top water lures I've got are saltwater. I didn't bother ordering any before coming out here because I thought it might be a little early for the bass to be hitting them, but it turns out from what I've seen online they're actually taking surface lures already, so really wish I had some with me, but just gonna have to make do with what I got. Now I'm going to keep the drop shot on for now, but I might end up just attaching a leader and putting like a diving lure on or a little spinner. Let's see if that does anything. But here we are, we've just come to this little corner of the dam here. And it runs out into the main bit there. Now I'm not going to bother going over the other side because honestly it's not easy getting around places like this, and the sheer size of it is just crazy. I mean, once you get there you could fish off that side of the bank, but there's no way you're getting around that. That is all dry rock. If that crumbles you're going in the water, so you'd have to take a cliff path all the way up to the top, and then God knows where it comes back down again. You'll just be wasting so much time. So I'm just going to stick to this area and this side that I've come down to, and hope and pray there's some fish about. So as I've just tied my leader on, just off the edge of that big rock there was just a massive swirl on the surface. That's right where I just was. I've just walked back from there. That's where I got snagged up. So let's go hit that. Oh, there's swells everywhere. There was just one to my right and there was just one right in front of me. What are they? They gotta be bass, right? I don't know what else hits the surface in these lakes. I'm really not using the right lures, I'd imagine, but would they hit a lure like this? Oh, it's tiring work this. Now I'm on the move again. I saw 3 big swirls back at that place. I've fished it for probably nearly an hour now. I've tried different lures, little soft plastics, spinners, metal spinners, surface lure, and obviously the soft plastics on a drop shot rig, but nothing. Now the bits I really want to be targeting for bass are like where all the, whatever they're called, the vines and stuff are that run into the water, and I want to be in amongst all of that. However, all of this side which I'm on, I can't see any ground like that. There's some on a corner there which you can't access, and yeah, I think it's all the other side. So I really don't know where you fish for bass, where the hot spots are here. This dam is so big, it's really hard to just judge and cover, especially when someone like me, you know, very, very, very little about any of this freshwater stuff. But you can see I'm just cruising along this path here, quite high up at the moment. There's a bank down there which is where I started from, so I might head back that way and go past that and see what's around the corner. That other angler's still over there. There's still the guys over there as well. I heard a bit of shouting earlier, so I don't know whether that was someone hooking a fish or not, but yeah, I haven't hooked any yet. But let's get back down the bank here, go for a wander, and hopefully we can find a fish. One thing I've noticed about both the dams I've been to over here, they have a severe problem with litter. And you can probably see on the grass here, all of these white bits you can make out on camera, it's all litter. And check this out. Motor oil, tons and tons of beer cans. Look at that. And it's absolutely everywhere. Beer cans, water bottles, little bait. They obviously get tins of like maggots or something from the tackle shops over here. Loads of them about. It's littered. It's absolutely everywhere. It's really bad. So I don't know if you'll be able to see in the distance there, but the guys in front of me are into a fish. He's got an alarm on his rod. His alarm was just buzzing. They both just started shouting. I can see him lifted into a fish there. He's into something. No way I'll be able to tell what it is from here, but he's played the waiting game and it's paid off. Well, he's just netted it, he's got it to the shore, landed it successfully, so fair play to him. Now to me, it feels like this is probably the worst time of day to be out targeting bass here. The sun's beaming down, it's bright sunshine, it is 25 to 1. Whoa. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to give it too much longer. Now I'm hoping to get another session in on one of the dams before I leave. It's pretty warm. Now I've come around the corner. This is the last area I'm going to try today. It looks a lot shallower here, sort of like marshy sort of area. Now there is a bit of a frustrating wind. I've just crept around a slight little mound here to get a bit of shelter. The lure I'm going to throw out is just like a little 3-inch wobbler, like a diving wobbler, and it only weighs 12 grams. So yeah, I really need the wind behind me to get a decent distance on it. Now I've just been walking along the bay there. There's two guys about 50 meters up from me. They're fishing 7 rods. And as I was walking past, his bell started going. He's just caught a little, I don't know what it was, I couldn't see from where I was, but small fish. And like I said, the guy over the other side of the bank there has had a, it looked like a better fish, it looked quite big, but I have no idea what it was. Now, it's been tough work. Beautiful scenery, beautiful day, had fun, but yeah, just hard finding the fish, really, really hard. So I'm gonna give it a few chucks here for a little bit, and we'll see if we can maybe pluck something out. Oh, yes. I'm in. Yes. Yes. Come on. I'm assuming this is a bass. Oh, it's not a bad one either. Right, can we get him up the bank? Come on. Stay on there, buddy. Oh no, he's caught in a branch. Oh no. Right, let's get him up. Yes! You beauty. My rod's all tangled. Oh. Come on, yes! Pumped about that. Check that out. Now let's get a better photo. Yes, man. I got an absolutely soaked foot, but it's totally worth it. Yes! Check that out. Awesome. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. God, I'm going to need the pliers for that. He's well hooked. Another Cypriot bass, probably £1.5, but absolutely fantastic. Taking on that little wobbler lure. Yes, it paid off in the end. Right, let's get him back in the water. Let's get him back. Hopefully he goes back absolutely fine. He's kicking a bit. There we are. Yes, paid off in the end. In this little shallow area, just literally casting sort of parallel with the bank there. Bang. Yes. Oh man. I was starting to get pretty frustrated today, I'm not gonna lie. This place is so hard to fish because it's just such a big area. And one of the main reasons is there doesn't seem to be too many features in the water that on the side I am. The side I'm on probably runs for like, well, the bit I'm able to actually fish without going around the cliff path is probably a good kilometre and a half long. And well, I'd say about a kilometre. And yeah, it's all just sort of the same sort of ground. Now this little shallow area, I thought it was worth a go because it looked like it's got structure in the water. But what I did think, with it being so bright, I thought it might just be a write-off. And I thought the bass would be deeper. But yeah, that was just a straight retrieve on that lure that time. And I could really feel the rod tip tapping away with the lure working. So, get in. Oh, second bass down of the trip. Lovely. Right, let's try that again. I'm right at the water's edge here. Those other two anglers are just there. You might be able to see. I just cast sort of in that direction, and that time just a straight retrieve. Well, that's a good sign. If one bass is here, hopefully find another. Feel the lure hitting the bottom there. Right, let's go completely parallel. Just missed one. Had a hit. Oh, that felt small though. That was definitely a hit. Come on. I'm casting right against the wind here. It's not too bad, it's just a little breeze, but when you're fishing a light lure like this, you're only casting sort of 15-20 meters max. But I don't think distance matters too much right now. Do not want to lose this lure though. It's the only one I've got of this kind. So on the move again, and I got the wind coming that direction and sort of blowing, well, head on onto me now, so I'm going to go over there in the distance, sort of like a little corner, which I'm going to go check out, have a few casts from, and then I'm going to knock it on the head, I think. Now, I carried on fishing where I was, had about 20 more casts, but nothing else. Oh, I had one more missed hit, but that was it. yeah, but that breeze is like pretty consistent now, so it's just a little difficult casting against it. So let's go have a blast over here. Look at that, it's a very low flying plane. Bet you get quite a bit of turbulence in the mountains here. That thing came really low at one time. I thought it was going to bloody land here. So that's going to do it for my session today. It's been a lot of fun. It's also been very hard work as well, but in the end got rewarded with that little bass, which I'm over the moon about. Just to catch one is enough for me. So I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you very much for watching. I may be out hitting another dam before I leave, so yeah, if I do, hopefully I'll be able to make another video of that. And I'm still hoping to do a bit of sea fishing as well. So until the next one, thanks for watching this video. See you on the next one.